There is a silent prison many people live in, one not built with bars or walls but with fear, expectation and self-imposed limits. We craft this prison over time, brick by brick, with every decision made to please others, every opportunity lost to the fear of failure, and every time we silence our truth to earn fleeting approval. The tragedy? No one ever asked us to make those sacrifices, yet we make them, surrendering our freedom in exchange for a counterfeit sense of safety and belonging. We live our lives as performers in a play where the audience never paid admission. We chase perfection, control, and validation in a world that promises none. The result? A hollow life marked not by authenticity but by anxiety, disconnection, and the gnawing emptiness of living someone else's dream. The illusion of control is particularly cruel. We are told that mastering every detail of our lives will lead to success, peace, and happiness. But this obsession only leads to deeper anxiety and dissatisfaction. We become stuck in perpetual preparation, always bracing for a future that never quite arrives. In trying to secure our lives, we forget to live them. This internal void persists even amidst external success. Why? Because much of what we call ours, our achievements, relationships, even beliefs, are often shaped more by fear of judgment than by genuine desire. The further we drift from our true selves, the more alien our own lives begin to feel. Philosopher Michel de Montaigne once saw clearly what many still struggle to accept, that freedom begins not with possession, but with detachment. This detachment is not indifference, it is liberation. By relinquishing our desperate grip on control and the compulsion to please, we open ourselves to the possibility of authentic living. But this surrender is terrifying. We hold on tightly to the identities we've built, even when they suffocate us, because deep down, we fear that letting go will leave us with nothing. We've been tangled in so many layers of performance that we no longer recognize what lies beneath. Yet paradoxically, it is by letting go of who we are not that we begin to see who we truly are. Real freedom, raw and frightening as it may be, lies on the other side of that fear. It requires the courage to stop seeking validation and to live, perhaps for the first time, on our own terms. What would life look like if you no longer needed approval? If you no longer feared failure? The answer may scare you, but it also holds your most authentic self. That version of you, the one not shaped by others' opinions, is real, waiting to be rediscovered. We've climbed ladders others built, chased goals that were never ours, and called it success. We studied what we were told to, worked where it was respectable, socialized with the right people, all in the name of stability and recognition. And yet, many find themselves unfulfilled, haunted by the question, is this truly me? True success is not found in titles, possessions, or praise. It is found in living a life aligned with your inner truth. But that requires peeling away the mask you've worn so long it feels like skin. Only then can you hear the quiet but persistent voice of your essence, the part of you that refuses to die no matter how buried it's become. This internal rebellion is not always comfortable. The mind will resist. The world will question. But nothing is more exhausting than sustaining a lie. The anxiety and emptiness you feel are not anomalies, they are symptoms of a life lived for others. Most people, as Montaigne recognized, would rather stay trapped in the safety of a dull life than face the terrifying unknown of authenticity. Routine becomes a numbing agent, dulling our will and distracting us from the slow erosion of our freedom. But freedom, true freedom, is not doing whatever you want whenever you want. It is the boldness to be wholly yourself, even when that self contradicts expectations, breaks patterns, and offends tradition. And you know, if you must perform to keep what you have, then you never truly had it. When you choose authenticity, what's meant for you will remain. What falls away was never yours to begin with. In the end, you lose far less than you imagine, and gain far more than you dared hope. Detachment, then, is not abandonment. It's really the understanding that only from a place of freedom can we love, create, and live truthfully. We fear loss only because we've never tested what lies beyond it. But honestly, life begins the moment we stop clinging to what doesn't serve us. And so the question remains, will you continue to live passively, afraid to know yourself, or will you risk stepping into the unknown where real discovery and real life awaits? In that choice lies the essence of storytelling, not just as entertainment but as self-exploration. Each narrative we tell reflects who we are or, who we long to become, and rewriting our story, one based not on fear but on truth, is perhaps the most revolutionary act of all. We are not passive characters in someone else's script. We are the authors. And every day is a chance to write a new page, one truer, braver, and more alive than the last. So ask yourself, what story will you write next?